You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in, because in this video it's time to take a close look at this plug and play game stick. For the people who have no idea what's going on over here, this is basically a game stick that can plug into the HDMI port, get two controllers, and you can play thousands of games. But when it comes to these game sticks, there are a lot of differences. First of all, this is the X2 Plus edition. So what's plus about it? I have no idea. That's what we're going to find out today. Just Android boxes added with, or already said, like completely configured with new kinds of, let's say, software. You can just get yourself a certain supported, let's say, game stick or an Android box or whatever. Download the Emulation piece of software and that's it. But the Game Stick Lite is just your all-in-one solution. This thing looks really nice, and I mean particularly when it comes to the, let's say, the curves and the way how they present this. But another thing what I find very convenient, that it is very slim down. When you're having different products I've reviewed, they are like very thick and need an extension HDMI cord to actually get this thing to plug in your television. At the back we're going to get one USB port, and with the dongle that is in here, you're just going to plug this thing and configure it with two wireless controllers, or everything is pre-configured. Over here they're going to get a micro USB cable to USB for powering on, because if you're going to plug it into your HDMI port it doesn't work. And then we're going to get ourselves the micro SD card, and they are using very cheap brands, but let's double check it to make sure. And yep, they're using a very cheap brand like always, 128GB, but take consideration, back up these things please, because if they get corrupted and they just going to be automatically out of nothing. Oh, they need to stop using these cheap crap, you know, get a real SanDisk or a Samsung. Yep, that costs money. But underneath there we're going to get the two controllers. Oh, that is a surprise. So what I mean with a surprise, so normally in my videos I'm always saying, hey, you need to get yourself sometimes a 5V, because you cannot always get the 5V from every television when using the USB cable. This one goes to the USB stick or the HDMI stick, another one to your television. Yeah, and it seems to be that you're going to get yourself a 5V charger, and a very strange one to be honest. But hey, they're giving you one for free, or at least you're going to get one in the kit you're paying for. But here we're going to get a very short extension cord, if you can plug it into your television. And of course the toilet paper manual. Ah, there we go. But let's take a close look at the menu itself. So we do have a lot of stuff that we can play with this. It's way more extended when you're looking at some other, let's say, cheap dongles you can pick up from AliExpress. And I just wanted to check out some couple of systems. Most of the time two-dimensional stuff will run just fine. It's mainly where I want to focus on when it comes to more like the system like PlayStation Portable, Atomic Wave, and 64, PlayStation, stuff like that. What you see is what you're going to get. That is a fact, simply because these, let's say, game sticks they're using are very low powered, so you cannot extend it with new emulators. At the bottom row we're going to get ourselves a couple of quick keys. For example, favorite with X and Y for searching. Pressing select and start in a game will bring us back to the main menu. But when it comes to favorites, but especially the search function, that's quite interesting. So it's kind of cool that we're having a search function when you're just pressing, for example, in the main menu. But let's test it out, because oh boy, some of them are pretty damn bad. So let's check out Sonic games. Let's put in Sonic just to see what happens. And it seems to be that it actually works pretty good. Another feature I really like, and that is that when you're looking at the main menu, or the main menu, the menu of the game list of whatsoever, you can see that it actually has an even indication what kind of platform it is. And that is absolutely awesome. So from this point on, you just know what kind of platform to expect. With some of the search results when it comes to previous, let's say, game boxes, you're just going to get a random, let's say, platform. You didn't know what to get. Unfortunate that every single thing it has, because when you're looking over here, Sonic. What kind of Sonic is that? Let's boot it up. Oh crap, I pressed the B button, so it makes it a favorite. When booting up a game, we do have the option of pressing select and start before going back to the main menu to make a quick load of quick saves and going into the cheat option. So it's pretty damn cool if you ask me. But let's start off with some Sonic from the Mega Drive. But when it comes to this game stick and really old school stuff, think about the 80s, 90s, it works just fine. All the effects are here when it comes to audio and the sound effects. Okay, so let's check out. We can make a quick save over here. There we go. Let's go to the load. And it works pretty damn well. Next up, let's jump into Sega Dreamcast with some Dead Alive.
Get ready,
And it all runs through a RetroArch. This time we're also going to get ourselves a Flycast, not a Dream Emulator, that I personally really like. You can hear with the audio that its status is not running on full speed. It is playable, don't get me wrong. But the unfortunate thing is with these devices, like it's a fixed system, so it's easy plug and play, but there is no way of messing with the emulator if you want to tune it or mess around with the settings to get a slightly better overall experience. Another, let's say, negative part to this product is that sometimes the loading times, not even like the intro, but also the loading times to a certain game can be like absolutely long. I've been clicking on a Sega Naomi game, but it's just stuck or it just takes forever to load a game, where we don't have this issue when it comes to some consoles. Let's take a close look at Sega Naomi just to see actually how it runs. It will be in two-dimensional game, so it is less demanding. And let's see if we're going to get an overall better performance than we did with Dead or Alive, because that was not great in my opinion. Let's see also we're going to get some glitching on the back. Wow, I can actually do a move with this D-pad. But so far, so good. Next up I wanted to try some DS, but well, I don't like it that you mess around with the screens all the time. If you listen to it, it doesn't go, it's not going to be any pleasant experience gaming. Okay, so next up let's take a close look at some N64. Take a note that's going to be a hit or miss with these systems. Some games will run great, some will run absolutely horrible. I did hear some crackling noise in the audio, but beside that it seems to be running just fine. And that's what I actually mean. If you're going to get a GoldenEye or an F-Zero X, you're going to get most of the time quite overall mixed performance with those games. Another system that actually runs pretty good on this device is PlayStation 1. They're still running an original resolution, so where like some of the mini PCs can upscale it to like crazy resolution when it's going to be looking great. Here we're going to get ourselves just basic resolution. It doesn't look that bad depending on the size of your television, but it works plug and play. I don't notice any input lag of the controller, so that is great. This thing, I have no idea. I think it's, in my opinion, just a marketing way to sell the same product all over again. Oh wait, maybe it's the power supply you're getting now. Maybe that's the plus thing. But the controller was another big surprise, where these things feel really cheap. The D-pad is actually pretty good to do some fighting games or to play some games and get some moves out. But again, they feel cheap, but they do have like a very nice range and I don't feel any input lag whatsoever. The GameStick Lite is a quite interesting piece of tech. You just plug it into your television with some USB 5V juice and you can ready to play thousands of games all the way up to PlayStation 1 without any hassle. Let me know in the comments what you think of a device like this. Thank you all for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and it would be great to see you in the next video.